Now, let's get a good camera angle for myself personally. Here we go. Kota, what have you got in store for us? Revs are up in America. And away we go. And Mbappé looks like he's got off to a decent start. He has got off to a decent start. He's going to be going into turn one, into first place. But what about second place? Oh, and Liam's been touched from behind, I think, from the Williams. I don't know if there's any damage or not, but it looks so far so good. A few drivers out on the dust. But Mbappé leads after turn one. Liam is second place. VR46 has made himself go up one place into third. He's now chasing down Liam. It still looks so far so good in the background. Everyone is still facing the right direction. Who have we got further down the grid? Owen's made up a few places. The biggest winner at the moment is down in 14th, or now actually 13th. He's battling the clock. Is Harriman, your mate. He's making a great start, so clearly starting the back has made no difference whatsoever. But there's a few overtakes going on now as Legends is up the inside of Simon. Ooh. There's a bit of contact, I think there is, but no one's spinning. So far, so good, Corey.
Yes, it is. It's been a very chaotic first lap, but for all the right reasons. Still battling to go down to turn 12 now. Moley's catching up to Mason Gammon, but Simon's also right in the back of Legends as well for P7. Can he make the move? He's going to go around the outside, going into turn 12. Bit of a lock-up for Simon in the Alpine. It looks like Legends going to hold on to the McLaren. Yes, he can. Bad Otter has got Owen right behind him now for P5, and it looks like Otter is just going to hold on for the moment. Two AlphaTauris battling for P11 as well, just outside the points paying position. Commence on the mediums has made his way into the top 10. Let's get position graphic up. He started 11th. 12th, and now up into 9th place. But as you said, biggest winner Harriman from the back of the grid up into 13th, making a very good start to his Division 2 and SLR debut.
Yeah, you can already see the advantage from having the softs to the mediums at this stage of the Grand Prix. Just on traction, just Simon just pulling away from Clements. The gap's already 7/10. I know it's still within DRS range for another couple of laps, but just by looking at him going around turn one, a bit of understeer there, and this is where it's really going to hurt him going through sector one here. So I'd expect him to be a second behind out of sector one, where at the front it looks like gaps are beginning to emerge already with Adrian, and I think Owen's going to make a move on Bad Otter. I think there's some, and they've made contact. Bad Otter's round.
Oh, it's a shame for Bad Otter. Contact with the Alpine of Owen, and he has gone round as the Williams, and that is his race. Down and out on lap 2, but you never know, safety car might bring him back into play. Mason Gammon's now catching up and Commence. He's going to send it down the inside. Gammon with the fresher softs and the better soft compound tyres compared to Commence's medium will get the better exit. Is he going to have a go going into the hairpin of turn 12 though? He's going to have the slipstream. Is he going to use his battery? No, he's not. Looks like Adam Lee has got past his teammate. Mason Gammon pulls to the left hand side of Commence. It looks like he's got the move done. Yes, he has, and he's up into 8th place now, is the Haas driver.
That was key from the both of them there. Mason Gammon, he had to make the place up. He didn't already be over a second behind the other soft runners, so he had to use the Urs there. And Clements, this isn't his race. His race comes later on towards the end when he should be on the quickest set of softs, unless the safety car disrupts that. But Gammon loses a bit of traction there. He's got a bit of work to do now to make up a bit of ground on Simon to be within that DRS range, who Simon has already picked up a penalty. So really has been a bit of a nightmare first few laps for Simon, but however, still in the top 10, and they've got a long way to go.
Vapikus, that's the fastest lap of the race, and he's already pulled 1.1 seconds from P2 man SLR. Liam is going to use a bit of his battery to get back in. He's also dragging VR46. We've got yellow flags, but who for? Chris Kamara.
It's Bad Otter. It looks like those soft tyres still haven't cooled down yet. It's well, hopefully he doesn't retire in the pits because we've still got another 25 laps to go. But yeah, it's not been an enjoyable few laps or lap for Bad Otter, where that's going to be one for the stewards, I expect. There's another yellow flag, I believe, in sector 1.
Oh, Simon! A Simon that's gone off in the Alpine. Can you get Harriman back in the session? I think he has just disconnected. He's got up to P11, but there's unfortunately disconnect from the session. As Sotia Clock is now right on the back of him. He's also made a decent start, gaining 3 positions in the Mercedes on those mediums. He's going to be chasing after Moley as well. Oh, you've invited me.
Sorry.
As Clock's going to try and get past Harriman's AI in the Aston Martin. Harriman rejoins. It's not going to be a good place for Clock, who's just about going to get past in time, I think. And up into 11th place now. Owen is now closing up to Adrian, who's now just dropped behind a second, as Liam, I have just noticed, with the DRS helping, has now just caught back up to VR. It's now 7/10 per second going into the final sector. Actually, Moley and Clock having a nice little battle for P10, the final points paying position. Clock, again, as I said, making a very good start, gaining 4 positions now. Adam Lee in the AlphaTauri gaining 6 positions from 14th on the grid. A good start from him. In the AlphaTauri's teammate still battling with Clock. He's kind of falling away a bit now. We've got yellow flags again. I think that's for SLR Allen, who's gone off at the back.
It is, yeah. He's really had a bit of a miserable season. I mean, he got second place in the first race this season, but since then, only 2 points. He'd be glad when this one's over and bring on the new season with the new game, with the new cars.
Who's that? That was Moley. It's just left as well now. Servers are having a. Obviously, I know they went down this morning. Did the F1 servers, but it seems like they're having a bit of trouble again with drivers disconnecting. Simon has pulled into the pit lane and retired. I thought that was a crash, but we have got the first retirement of the race very early on, unfortunately, and that is Simon out. We're on board with SLR Liam though. The man in P2 chasing after race leader, his teammate LSW Legend, picking up a time penalty for track limits. But we'll see what Liam can do as we head on to the back straight. Harriman picks up a time penalty for track limits. He was saying to me he was really struggling earlier with track limits. Battery wise, we'll get the telemetry up very quickly, you can't really tell. Vapiku's got 60%, Liam's got 36. Is he going to go for the dive? Going into turn 12, he has a little look, but he's not going to go for it. He's going to wait behind patiently and he's going to go for the lead when it is right to do so. And it looks like Adam Lee has just got Mason Gannon. They're going to go side by side going through turn 12. Looks like Adam Lee's got the position. That's a great overtake from the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, Liam during that remembered it's a marathon, not a sprint. We've got a long way to go. There's a lot of management Liam could be doing in this position here. You could save hers, for example. Oh, what's going on your end?
What a move! A fantastic switchback from Harriman to get Danny D, but it looks like Danny D's got the inside line. That will help him. Oh, and slight contact between the two. Between the triple right-hander. Harriman just missing out, but nearly made the move with that switchback, getting past Danny D. And holding on to P13 at the moment now.
Yeah, he's just cut the corner there a bit. Despite having the tyre advantage, it is still difficult to try and make round the outside moves this early into the Grand Prix. So fair play to both of them, not crashing out. And Harriman is actually going to make a move. It's gone very late, and Danny D, he is reacted to it, and he remains in the lead. But now Harriman is under threat by John behind him on the medium set of tyres. So Harriman is in a bit of a predicament at the moment. He needs to really make the move on legendary Danny to make his strategy work, and he's just got another penalty for it. So he's not helping himself here as the debutant in Division 2. However, he has set himself up now to make a move on legendary Danny. That could be done any second now. He's going to get it done actually before the hairpin. Get around the outside. Still good racing between the two, but I expect that to potentially be
the battle for the lead. Sorry to interrupt. The battle for the lead has changed. Liam has taken the lead here. They're going to go side by side again, the two race leaders, and Liam somehow, no disrespect, has took the lead. I didn't notice that one until very late on.
I might have been doing Liam a favour there, just not keeping the tension away, put it elsewhere, but the top three are now actually beginning to pull away from everyone else. Adrian is now over a second behind this group, so it looks like at the moment it's Liam versus the Alfa Romeos. How will the Alfa Romeos play this actually? This is going to be interesting for not just the Constructors but the Drivers' Championship.
Indeed, we saw this with the two Aston Martin drivers of LP Smoke and SLR Bennett in Division 1 last season. And how are the two Alfa Romeos going to play this season then? Bennett went to go on to win the Drivers' Championship that season in Abu Dhabi, that fantastic four-way battle that me and you commentated on. And the two Alfa Romeos still fighting for the Constructors and Drivers' Championship together. As I think Vapiku would have definitely picked up a warning for that cut there. But yeah, we'll see how these two play out. But Liam is kind of starting to pull away a little bit. He's used a bit more battery to get past, but has nearly pulled a second gap to Vapiku now. It's nearly 9/10 of a second. Yeah,
it looks like he settled down quite quickly after making that overtake. So brilliant stuff there by SLR Liam. It's something I think he's been working on in the past few weeks as Liam. He feels like he should have done better at Spa if it wasn't for just an out of nowhere teammate move, which actually in the end his teammate won the Grand Prix. I don't even think Vapiku's got DRS. He hasn't, so VR's going to make a move here, I believe. And Vapiku's gone defensive. VR's going to try and get around the outside. This could benefit Liam if the two collide with each other. This could be really big for the championship. But Vapiku at the moment is still ahead of his teammate. I don't know how much longer for, but this is going to benefit Liam, as I mentioned earlier, as it moves further on down the grid with legendary Danny and Harriman once again, Corey.
Indeed, the battle for P12 goes on. Looks like these two are going to be battling all race long. They're both on different tyres. Harriman with a quicker tyre, but seems to be struggling on this circuit of the Americas. Is the debutant tonight, and Danny D just about holding on to that P12 position. Yeah, the top three really going away, and we've got yellow flags again. I think that's Alan having a really tough day at the back of the field. He has gone off again. Let's check if Vapiku's got DRS. Yes, he does. He just about got back within Liam's DRS now.
Yeah, they're really pushing now. They're really pulling the pin, as the commentators in MotoGP do say. They're using the ERS a bit. VR's got a bit more in hand at this stage, but they're extending the gap, stretching the gap, from Adrian in 4th place, who is a bit on his own at the moment. That ain't the worst for him, because you ain't got the pressure from behind. You ain't got dirty air ahead, as Adam Lee picks up a penalty and joins quite a few names, actually. I'll say few names, 4 names now to pick up a penalty after 7 laps. Owen at the moment seems to be in a bit of a race on his own, as well as Legend and Adam Lee. And then you've got Mason Gammon still, so not Adam Lee, you've got Mason Gammon still trying to find the way through on Adam Lee, which down this long straight could be a good opportunity. But back at the front, it looks like VR's going to make a move, Corey.
Here we go then, 2 Alfa Romeos battling for P2 again. Vapikut without DRS, can VR? It's going to be carbon copy of last lap. Can he maybe move around the outside? No, he can't. He's going to have to wait behind once again. Mason Gammon and Adam Lee going for P7 again. Looks like Gammon has got that move done and back into 7th place past the AlphaTauri driver. Are we going to see out of the moves? Is John going to catch up to Danny D? No, Harriman is though. Can he make the move? He's caught back up. They had a little battle going down into turn 1. And it looks like John is going to hold on to that 13th place.
I wonder if Apakut and VR are in the same party, because if there is, I can imagine there's some conversation going between the two, maybe some teamwork going on at the moment, because we're only 8 laps in, but VR is looking quite attacking.
And Morris and Harriman, through the triple right-hander. Morris just about making it work on Harriman, but he's going to have the inside line is Harriman. Is he going to send it down the inside of the final corner? Yes, he is. Morris has gone a little bit wide. Harriman will get the better exit. Both of them have got DRS, excuse you, as they go down into turn 1. And it looks like Morris is going to hold on to that 14th place.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought I'd done well to hide that one. But another overtake at the front, or near towards the front. Adam Lee's got the place back from Mason Gammon, who has just picked up a penalty. Hopefully the first of not many. And I think something's happened to Legends here, because suddenly... Or it's either that or Adam Lee's just really caught up a lot in the past few corners. I think it might have been just me not spotting Legends ahead, but yeah, we're a 3.5 second gap between 8th and 9th. That is the difference between the tyre strengths at the moment. We might gradually see the pendulum swing now as Liam's losing the place.
Yes, he is. Vapikut with the DRS back down the inside. He goes. We've got yellow flags again. That's Alan at the back again, who has gone off. Liam's now dropped down to 2nd place after Vapikut retaking the lead. The battle for P7 going on again between Mason Gammon and Adam Lee. The Haas driver making his way, well, holding on, shall I say, to that 7th position. Looks like John's going to catch Danny D, but not close enough to go for the move. Harriman's going to close up, though, on Morris for P14. They were battling the end of last lap. They're battling towards the end of this lap as well. Morris just about holding on to the 14th place ahead of Harriman, who softs will start to drop off now compared to the mediums. He's going to send it down the inside, though. If he can make this work, it'd be a fantastic move. Slight contact between the two, and Morris is just about going to hold on.
The top 3 definitely do seem to be in a bit of a different pace grade to everyone else. I'm a bit surprised that we saw Liam get overtaken, because he seemed very comfortable at the front. So whether there was a mistake in there somewhere, or Vapikut just used a lot more ERS in that lap, I'm not too sure. But yeah, there's Mason Gammon into the pits. Onto the medium tyres he goes. Is that going to start the whole pitting process? Harriman's in the pits now as well, so that may well be the case, Corey.
They're going to be taking those mediums a very, very long way. They might start to feel a bit of degradation at the end. Alan has gone off again in the Ferrari. He's having a horrible, horrible day, is the Ferrari driver. Harriman's gone onto the hard compound tyre, so he probably won't feel any graining, but will be probably a little bit slower than the others. Liam might be able to retake the lead here from Vapikut, because he's only about 4 tenths behind him is the McLaren driver. They're on about the same ERS. Liam's using a bit of battery to get past him with the slipstream, with the DRS. He's going to go inside or outside. He's going to go to the inside. He's going to get the move done before the corner's even there. And it looks like Vapa's going to try and send it back round the outside. Fantastic race between the two. Liam retakes the lead of the United States Grand Prix. And Vapikut back down to P2 now, and I've got a feeling these top 3 are going to be battling to the checkered flag.
Yeah, it looked a bit tactical there from Vapikut. He didn't use any ERS going down that straight, so this might be a bit of management here from the Alfa Romeo driver, but he's got to bear in mind that he's got his teammate and championship rival behind him in 3rd place. He was looking a bit healthier in terms of ERS, so he might just be waiting in the wings, or he's got a game plan himself. Whether that's going to be, he's going to be using that to his advantage with the pits, as Vapikut does pit first.
So yeah, he's coming in at lap 9 as well. I thought the softs would go around lap 12, lap 13. So they're coming in very, very early. Liam and VR staying out for a little bit longer. Vap is going to try and undercut all of them. Adam Lee also into the pit lane as well. Smashes the pit lane entry board. And doing so to try and slow down a little bit more. VR still within a second gap of Liam though, so he will get the DRS as it stands, but of course DRS detection zone isn't until later on in the lap. Don't think we're going to have any overtakes going down into turn 1, so we'll stick on board with this battle for the lead at the moment. Rapid has dropped behind Danny D and will come out in a little bit of traffic. So this might help the drivers who stay a little bit longer on those softs, maybe lose a little bit of time with the wear. But we'll see what they can do. 7/10 is the gap between VR and Liam. I don't think he's going to be close enough going down into turn 12, but we will see.
Yes, Vapid going for the undercut. I mean, he's stuck in traffic at the moment, but he's not losing time. If he can make this, if he can perfect the overtake, he might just pay off. He's going to get the DRS on Legendary Danny. However, I think Legendary Danny might just get it from Moley. In fact, he's a set 1.1 seconds behind. So this could be good news if you're the Alfa Romeo of Rapid Coot. In fact, he has, and Legendary Danny is blinking. So that's the move done, and I think if the top two do decide to pit, I reckon Vapid's going to take the lead here. But he's got Moley just up ahead of him now on wearing out soft tyres.
I don't know what the pit stop lost time is here, but currently it is 18.4 seconds to Vapid Coot, to the leader of SLR Liam at the moment, who's still being challenged by the other Alfa Romeo of VR46. Adrian peels off into the pit lane, as well as Owen Howe in the Alpine. VR's closing up on Liam once again. Half a second is the gap now as they head down into turn 1. And once again, he will get DRS going down the back straight if it stays like this.
Rapid Coot, he lost a tiny bit of time going around sector 3 because Moley on those wearing softs, he has decided to pit. But he's got clear air ahead of him now for at least one lap. So this is the lap for Rapid Coot here. And I do expect the top two to, at least one of them, to potentially make a move in this lap for the benefit of their race. Looking a bit further down, I've lost track of what the actual order was before the bets.
I can see Adrian's now right on the back of CSC Morris now, who's not pit off those mediums yet. He started on the mediums, and Adrian's going to hope he can make his way back through. But going to go back to battle for the lead once again because VR's closing up here. He's got his DRS, he's got the toe. Is he going to have a go from that far back? No, he's not. He's going to think better. And we'll see if any of these drivers are going to come in very, very shortly. The gap to leader from VR46, from Vapid Coot, is now 17.7 seconds. So the gap is closing. A bit of pit clear air, and VR is going to send it down the inside. Fantastic camera angle we got. VR takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Liam was not expecting that at all, and a lovely move from VR to take the lead now. Liam drops down to P2. Are we going to see any of the top two coming to the pit lane? The three drivers that are yet to pit off these softs is the top three. Are any of the top three going to come in? Yes, they are. Sorry, top two. Yes, they are. Both of them are going to come into the pit lane of VR and Liam. And are we going to see maybe a switch around? Where is Vapid going to come out? Is he going to come out in the lead? The gap was around 17 seconds as they came into the pit lane entry. It looks like Vapid might get this race lead back here. We're going to go on board with the Alfa Romeo driver. Is he going to have the lead when they go down into turn 1? VR has held ahead of Liam in the pit stops, but it looks like Vapid's going to take the lead here. Yes, he has. What's the gap? What's the margin he's going to get? Are they going to have a car separating them though? No, they are not. Vapid Coot has jumped ahead of all of them and has pulled a 2-second gap to his teammate of VR46.
Yeah, the undercut proving very effective here. As predicted, 2.2 second gap. That could extend for the next few seconds with those tyres warming up on the Alfa Romeo and McLaren. But I believe that was probably why VR made the move on Liam, because he knew he was going to make that pit stop. Yeah, I mean, this could go in Vapid Coot's favour here if VR and Liam decide to have a little squabble between the two for a net P2, as Vapid is actually right on the back now of Kemments and Sotia Clock, which could throw a spanner in the works here for the race today.
Yes, it could. This is only going to help Vapid even more to pull away from his teammate. Kemments got a really bad exit going out of turn 11. A bit of a lock-up, I think that was from Clock there. Has gone very, very wide at turn 12. Owen has made his way past him. Vapid's had a little look-up on Clock there. It looks like Adam Lee's lost the place to Mason Gammon again. We are going to go back on board with Vapid Coot. He's going to try and go around the outside. He went down the inside of Liam at the previous lap, but can't make the move. Sorry, that was VR that made the move. Sorry, carry on.
Of course, no blue flags. They don't have to get out of the way, but it looks like Vapid Coot, he's trying everything he can to try and make the move. He's trying unorthodox overtake manoeuvres, and it's actually costing him time. There's a yellow flag further back with an Alpha Tauri. I think it's Adam Lee.
Adam Lee.
It is indeed, but this is really affecting Rabbit. He had a 2-second gap to VR, and within the space of a few seconds, that's gone down to 1.3. Is he going to make a move here in Sotia Clock? Oh, he is! He's going to make the move into P2! And he might even make the move on Commence as well. Is he going to do it going into Sector 1? I don't think he is, so that could be a bit costly. For the Alfa Romeo driver, it's a chance for his teammate in Liam to catch up now in this next sequence of corners.
Yes, it is. This is a well, so it's not controversial. This is a crucial, shall I say? That's the word I was looking for. Part of this race, they have now got a car separating them. Vapikut and VR. Sotia Clock is in the middle of this. Vapikut, you think, would take the lead. If he calls up Commence, you can see he's blinking below 10% ERS. So Vapid, this should be a fairly easy move for the lead. Going down into turn 12. Commence has gone very, very deep on those medium compound tyres. Rapid is going to take the lead as they get the DRS. But VR and Liam need to make the way to pass here. VR pulls to the left-hand side of Clock. Is he going to go for Commence as well? He's going to be too far back to go for the move. Or is he going to send it down the inside? No, he's going to wait behind, but Commence has locked up. This might invite, as Clock is going side by side with Liam now. Clock's going to have the inside line. He won't fight it. Liam will be up into 4th place, has made his way through. VR is now going to make the move on Commence around the outside. Is Commence going to hold on? This is battle for P2 on track. VR makes the move. Liam needs to get past ASAP if he wants to stay within this battle for the lead. Commence goes very, very wide. This should invite Liam straight through. And yellow flags again. That is Morris who's gone off. What's happened?
3-second time penalty. Crucial for the race.
Oh! Yes, it is. Race leader Vapikut picking up a 3-second time penalty. That would not be crucial for this just this race, but for the championship as well, to catch up to his teammate, VR46, and will drop behind, effective P3 man, Liam at the moment, who's still holding within DRS of VR46. Obviously Vapid, with the older mediums, will maybe start to drop off a little bit at the end, so that might help his teammate and Liam later on in this race. VR still with no DRS. Is Vapid maybe going to try and help? Are we going to see team, well, not team orders, but maybe a bit of team play? Vapid maybe back off to give his teammate DRS. We will see down at Alfa Romeo, because of course they're both fighting for the championship, as we've been saying, and it's going to be very, very close to the end at Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the team boss at Alfa Romeo, you're going to hope there's a bit of team management going on here, but I can't see it for a second. VR, Liam looks like he is going to make the move in VR. VR isn't using any ERS, so this should be a simple and easy move for Liam. This could be the start of what could be a very exciting few laps between the two here. That could go in favour of Vapikut here. 1.2 is the gap. Vapikut needs to pull away and hope that the two behind bump elbows and bump heads quite a few times. But lap 13 was a massive lap for SLR Lee. He managed to sneak the move on Sotia Clock after going a bit wide, and he did the same again on Kemmons going around this corner here that we're going around now. But Liam, he's got a bigger mission on his hands at the moment. He needs to try and close the gap to first place. He does well. He doesn't need to as such, because again the situation Vapikut is in, but you don't know what else is going to happen in the Grand Prix as he sets the fastest lap of the race.
Indeed he does. Liam is catching. It's now 1.1 seconds to Vapikut. You said Liam's done well around here at the Circuit of the Americas before. He could be on for a very, very good result, and to break that curse that he's had in the past maybe 6 races, it's really at the start of the season, ever since his finger grew back, of SLR Liam. And is hoping for a good result here in Circuit of Americas today. He's actually right on the point of DRS here with Vapikut. I don't think he's going to get it though. Is he just going to be out? It's going to be very, very tight. I don't think he's going to... No, he's just missed out on DRS. We've got yellow flags, and that's a Mercedes. That's Sotia Clock who's gone off in the Mercedes.
Yeah, he's... thankfully, he is ghosting. He's not in a great part of the track. Oh, I'm feeling don't unghost just yet. But yeah, maybe that might be the start of those medium tyres getting a bit worn, but I can't imagine they'd be feeling good at all at the moment. Really overheated. He's got a few corners in a few seconds now to avoid spinning, as Owen Howe makes up a place into 5th place, overtaking Kemmons. They're not in the same race. Owen Howe, this would be a good result for his season. It's not been the greatest for him, just the one podium to his name this season in Baku under controversial circumstances. But at the front, Vapikut has got a 1.2 second lead. 2nd and 3rd place at the moment. It looks like they're in their own battle, potentially for the win. You mentioned earlier about Vapikut potentially managing things for the team by putting him in the DRS for VR46, but if he's thinking about the championship, maybe he might just do that with SLR Liam.
That is very, very true. We will see. Obviously, Vapikut with the 3-second time penalty we saw him pick up earlier is going to really decide this race now. As we're on lap 16 of 28, this race has flown by over halfway in now. There'll be 12 laps to go when we cross the line as Sotia Clock pits off those mediums after that spin on the previous lap. It's 5-second time penalty in the pit lane as well, add to his woes. Hopefully he doesn't retire. And it doesn't look like we're going to get any moves going down into turn 1. VR holding on to SLR Liam, and he's a lot closer than he was on the previous lap, so we might see a move again for what could be the net race lead here, as Liam has dropped off a little bit now to Vapikut. We'll check their ERS percentages. Vapikut with 30%, Liam with 40-ish, and VR with the most, who's rinsing his with about 55%. I think we'll retake P2 here with the slipstream. He's used a little bit of battery to try and make it work. Is he going to go down the inside of SLR Liam? It looks like he will. Heading down into turn 12. Who's going to get the P2 position here on track? It looks like it's going to be VR at the moment. Yes, he can. He makes his way past the McLaren and back up into P2. It's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 at the moment here in Kota.
Yeah, Liam knew he didn't have to fight as much as you'd expect him to at this point in the Grand Prix. If he can stay within the DRS of VR, he can try and manage his own race, potentially to try and get a win. As there's a retirement, it's 40 o'clock.
Is that going to be a safety car? Yes, it is! It's a safety car! With 12 laps to go when we cross the line, actually, everyone's going to have a fresh set of softs because we had a lobby restart. Everyone is surely going to come in. VR has stayed out.
Liam!
So he is staying out to the end. And Liam comes into the pit lane for his fresh softs. But VR has stayed out because he doesn't want to do the double stack with his teammate. He knows he'll lose too much time. So VR and Adrian have stayed out and kept track position here. Everyone else, I believe, will peel into the pit lane for a fresh set of softs. Yeah, this is really turned this race around.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, legendary Danny's even pitted on the soft tyres, so if your name's VR, this is a nightmare scenario for you. I mean, oh dear me, so be it. You didn't get held up and being double stacked in your pit box, because trust me, that feeling is horrible. But even still, this is like the least worst scenario to be in. You're leading the Grand Prix, but you know you're going to get swallowed up by the drivers behind, because they're on just such a good fresh set of softs. The only thing that might go in VR's favour is that Adrian is also behind him on the 5-lap old mediums, and maybe he can be the immovable object for VR in this race. But I mean, with the nature of the track Austin is, I highly doubt it. But yeah, this is massive for today's race with 11 laps to go.
Yes, it is. As if you've only just joined us, well, welcome. We've got a safety car here on lap 17 of this Division 2 race here at the Circuit of the Americas after a crash for Sotia Clock on the previous lap, which has meant the majority of drivers have pitted for the soft compound tyres to take to the end of this race. And the safety car will be in, I believe, when we have 10 laps to go. Currently it's VR as Adam Lee picks up a penalty behind the safety car. That's not what you want to be doing at all. VR 46 leads this race. He stayed out for track position. So did Adrian as well in P2. Vapikut in the Alfa Romeo man P2 in the championship. Crucially with a penalty, pitted for softs. SLR Liam looking for redemption in P4 for fresh softs as well. Could be in a very good position to get a very good result from this race weekend. Let's just get the graphic for position change up quickly. Currently, most position gains is El Harriman, who's had he pitted for the hard compound tyres after picking up a 9 seconds worth of penalties. He's gained 10 positions. He's stayed out on those hards. Maybe we'll see him come at the end of this lap for his fresh softs. But we will see.
I'll tell you what, I can't imagine that's going to be fun for the guys behind, especially if you're John or legendary Danny being behind Harriman on the safety car restart. He's going to be a lot slower than the drivers in front of him. I mean, we mentioned about VR46 being in the position he's in with those mediums and Adrian being second, but Vapikut is also going to be cursing, because again, this really will hurt him if it's come the end of the Grand Prix, if it's all tight with this 3-second time penalty. In fact, penalties will play a big part for the rest of the race now, because it's all going to be a bit more tight together. It's going to be a big few laps for the likes of Vapikut, Liam, and even Owen Howe. Owen Howe and Liam, what happened last time we saw them both together on a circuit? It wasn't great at all, if you can remember Baku.
I can't forget Baku. What happened on that, well, I think it was final lap, I think it was, at Baku. Them two coming together, going towards the castle section. And they are once again right next to each other on track. And we'll see if we get any more controversial incidents between the two. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully get some good racing. But it will be the final 10 laps to go when we cross the line. And safety car should be in at the end of this lap when SLR Allen catches up back of the safety car.
Yeah, so it looks like Harriman has opted to stay out on the hard tyres, so I look forward to seeing how that one's going to play out. I wonder how those nerves are at the front. I reckon if you're, I reckon you're sitting quite happy and comfortable if you're Owen Howe or Clements, because they weren't up there. They were like in the pack of best of the rest, you could say, before the safety car, and now they're back in it, and they're going to know that in front of those drivers who were, you could say, a pace grade above them at the start of the race. They've got two drivers on the mediums in front of them, so they are going to be well and truly. These are going to be big laps for them as well. If they can make the moves on Rapikut and Liam, they could well and truly also find themselves in the frame for the race win here, as safety car is coming in this lap.
Here we go then. We saw the top three fly away before the safety car came out. It was just a race between the top three, between VR46, Rapikut and SLR Liam. VR is really backing up the pack here. He knows that he's going to be under threat from the soft compound runners behind, and hoping that Adrian can do his best job to hold them up. And he, I thought he went then, it was giving him a bit of a shock. And we'll see when he does go, with 2 corners to go now. Safety car is now peeled into the pit lane, and VR looks to be leaving it to the last minute here to try and catch everyone off guard. And he has now going into the final corner. Hasn't really caught Adrian napping. VR's kind of lost it a little bit going into the final corner. So's Adrian as well. Let's give Rapikut maybe a good shot here to go still P2 right off the bat. I don't think he's going to be close enough. Adrian's going to defend. Rapikut had a little look there, but rightly didn't go for the move and backed out. But Mason Gammon's under threat from the LSW Legend, who's going to try and go round the outside. He's got the inside line for the next corner. He gets a better exit and up into P7, but he's gone on the curb and nearly lost it. Contact between the two. Gammon holds on to that 7th position.
Yeah, it looks like Mason Gammon, he's his hero there. Well, not his hero, but Kevin's, he's got a bit of thanking to do. Then Kevin's had a bit of moment going around turn 2, which meant that Legends move had to postpone it for a bit. It looks like that ain't the end of it. However, saying that, Legends has lost a bit of ground, and Harriman in 9th is still there, only a second to 8th place. So the drivers behind really aren't having a fun time. There's a move at the front.
Yes, indeed, there is. John sends it on Harriman, but Rapikut sent it on Adrian as well. And Liam's going to go for the movie side by side with the Mercedes driver. Both of them using their battery. One to attack, one to defend. If anything, they're catching back up to Rapikut. Adrian might be able to have a go here. I don't think it's been close enough. Liam's going to have a little look, but all been cut off by the Mercedes driver. Liam picks up a penalty for cutting the corner. And that will be crucial in this race as well. They're still going side by side. It's the Mercedes and the McLaren, one on fresh softs, one on used mediums. Liam with the inside line should have this comfortably. Yes, he does up into 3rd place, but with a penalty, this puts VR46 in such a good position now.
This is exactly what Owen Howe wanted in 5th place. He'd be rubbing his hands together, and is he going to make the move on Adrian? Adrian's gone wide. Those tyres really not helping him. Owen's picking around the outside. Brilliant move. And oh no, Adrian! Oh, that's big.
There's a big crash between the two, and Morris has crashed as well just behind. I don't think, no, we're not going to get a safety car again. It would have been called up by now, but yeah, contact between Adrian and LSW Legend, I think that was. Adrian losing it on exit, was peeled off into the pit lane, but Owen now up into P4. As you said, in a good place. Vap is now right on the back of his teammate again now, who's obviously on those used mediums, and he's under threat.
God, if you're Owen, you really are in a good position right now, because he's catching up on these two, and ahead of him there's 2 drivers with penalties to their name. VR, he is going to suffer towards the end of the Grand Prix. Big laps coming up now for Owen Howe, but what's going to happen here between the Alfa Romeo drivers? Because, I mean, I don't expect dirty tactics, but it can be easily be played. Going into the hairpin here, VR's gone a bit defensive. That's going to hurt him on traction, but he's already a sitting duck anyway. Rapikut with the soft tyres, he already goes defensive. Here we go. The Ers are going, and the DRS is open. He's not making the gain I expected, but he's got on the inside. The moves to be on. He brakes later on those soft tyres, and the lead is his. There's the changing of the lead. Rapikut's your race leader, VR in 2nd, Liam 3rd, and Owen close behind him 4th, who's grinding his teeth with what he's seeing up ahead of him.
Indeed, Danny Dean makes his way past Harriman, who was creating a massive train. You can see 3.5 seconds as a gap now between the leading pack and that train. And then Modi's had a little look at his teammate, but just about to avoid contact. Harriman gets a really bad exit on those hards, and he's really losing out to everyone now. Banotto sneaks down the inside of the Aston Martin driver now. Harriman really losing out on those hards. Maybe it was the wrong call to stay out. Liam is now right on the back of VR here, and it'll be crucial to get back past him if he wants any chance of trying to win this race. He goes down the inside, going into turn 1. It should be a fairly easy move for Liam, but VR's going to try and fight it back round the outside, pushes him off the track. Owen now sneaks his way through as well. Owen, like you said, is in a prime position to take his first victory of the season, his first victory since last season in Russia.
Yeah, I was on comments for that as well. You know, brilliant move. Oh, would commentators curse or what? Goodness me. Suddenly, I mean, I would say VR is suddenly back in the race, but he's on those mediums, and Vapikut has got a 1.7 second lead. So suddenly the ball is back in his court for the race win here, which will be crucial for the championship.
Indeed it will. We will see if VR can hold on to this leading train though. On lap 21 and 28 we go now. Owen is going to be all over the back of SLR Liam here with battery, with DRS, with the slipstream. Can he take that P2 off the McLaren driver? We've seen these two come contact at Baku. They're not going to do it again, surely. Owen with the inside. Liam doesn't fight it as hard. And it looks like Mason Gammon's now going to get into this as well. He's going to be battling with VR 46. He's not going to help VR at all. He's got the inside line on the hash. Can he make it work? Mason Gammon with the fresher sauce. Looks like he has got the position. Yes, he does. VR's going to send it back down the inside. Can the Alfa Romeo get it back? No, he can't. Mason Gammon with the better traction and the better tyres looks to have got that P4 secured.
Mason Gammon showing what he has got in the tank. He's got a penalty to his name, but with the tyre advantage he's got ahead of VR46, he can certainly do a bit of damage and catch up onto the guys at the front. Kevin's in 6th place without penalty. He's sitting quite nice again on those fresh softs. I reckon he's going to make the move in VR very soon. In fact, he's going to make it in a few seconds. He's got the DRS open. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2 with Mercedes. He's not going to make the move. He's got 6 laps to do a bit of something. The gap at the front is actually closing down. Owen Howe is 1.2 seconds behind Vapikut. He's caught up at half a second in the past 2 sectors as there's a move further down for 8th place.
Indeed, just run on board with that. Adam Lee and Danny D are having a nice battle going down into turn 1, but it looks like Danny D's got it. Adam Lee's had a bit of a moment in the S's section, has just about kept it there. We will see if Owen can get within a second again of Vapikut. I don't think DRS was enabled this lap. You see Owen rinsing his battery. Vapikut with about 40% remaining. This also still keeps Liam in the equation as well. Sticking within DRS has also got more battery than Owen. So yeah, DRS is enabled, but Owen hasn't got it and needs to try and get back within DRS range here. Liam is closing up once again. They swap positions on the previous lap. Owen's going to try and defend it. Liam with the outside line. Can he get it back? Yes, he can. Owen doesn't fight it hard. And back into 2nd place and crucially into DRS range at the moment. Oh no, just back out. Liam back into 2nd place now.
Owen knew how crucial it was to stay in the DRS with Vapikut because despite them all having penalties, with the gap they've got from 5th place, it is still for the win, all on 3 seconds. But Owen, very low on the battery, gave Liam the chance to catch back or go back ahead of Owen. So I would say management could still play a management part in this, but it's like towards the end of an Indy 500 now that you're pulling the pin. Liam's got the fastest lap. He's within 8/10 of Vapikut now. They're thinking about the win now. Yep.
He has got it, has Liam. Just about at the detection point. It was just within a second as Legend now picks up a penalty for track limits. Everyone is picking up penalties. I think we've already got a few drivers now. We haven't got it. It's a very tricky track with track limits as we've seen. But Liam within DRS range now of race leader Vapikut. And it's not, well, it could be decided on penalties. We don't know. Let me get the gap up. No, VR isn't close enough as Commences got past VR. That's a lovely move in the S's section. Commence on the fresher softs, makes his way through as Liam is now very, very close to Vapid here. And we could see a change to the lead again. But this time between Vapikut and Liam. Can he do it, Matt? Is he going to be close enough?
What's happened? There's been a collision. VR and John, they've collided. They've had a collision.
He has the Hasses round at the exit of the uphill section, and he is down to the back, unfortunately, is the Haas driver, but is now going to unfortunately be out of this race and out of the running for potentially points in this Grand Prix. And it looks like Harriman's closing up on Allen as well. Down the straight, he's got DRS, he's pulled to the left-hand side. Harriman's still going on those 13-lap-old hards. Retakes 12th position off Allen. But we are going to go back for the battle for the lead. Bad Otter and VR46. Bad Otter with the outside line might go for the switchback here. Can he make it work? If he can, be lovely move. He looks to have got it work as they head towards the triple right-hander now. He has made it work. Bad Otter up into 6th place now.
Yeah, that looked like a good move, but VR's losing another place to Adam Lee. VR really having a miserable time. In fact, he's coming into bits. I think he might have damage from what happened earlier on in the lap with John. Massive for the championship, especially where Vapikut is as well. Going a bit back towards the front. If you're Kemet, you are praying for a safety car now. because despite all the guys ahead of him having a penalty, he's only going to gain 1 place, because the top 3 have got about 3.6 second gap ahead of 4th place. So this is it for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Vapiku, Liam, Owen Howe, who are you calling for your race winner today?
We will see. Not long to go. 5 to go. It will be. And Liam is only 4 tenths behind now. This is as close as he's been since the restart. As they head into the hairpin now, it looked like Liam has got the better line and has got the better exit. Can he make it work? He's got the DRS. Is he going to use any of his battery? Vapiku has got a little bit less battery than Liam. Half a second is the gap. Is he going to be close enough to go through the move? Owen is getting involved in this as well as they head down into turn 12. Who's going to get it? It looks like Vapiku will hold on for a little bit longer. But again, it could be the battle of you don't want to be in the lead going on to the final lap. And it's commence. Has got Mason Gammon here. Is Gammon going to have a go down the inside? Yes, he will. It's a bit ambitious. Commence locks up. Who's going to get it? Commence without penalties should be able to get it anyway. But it looks like Gammon will have to back out, and it looks like, yeah, Commence has got the move done for now. But yeah, like it could be one of them. You don't want to be leading going on to the final lap because of that huge DRS advantage going onto the back straight.
It must also be horrible for SLR Liam, because he's thinking about what's ahead of him, but also behind him. He can't even be in the position to just sit behind the leader for a few laps and save the urge for an attack, because you've got Owen behind you. They're all in the same boat, same urge, same tyre wear. This is going to be a very interesting last few laps, but yeah, I don't know who you're going to want to beat out of all of them. I would say maybe Owen, because again, he hasn't got the DRS advantage. What's going on your end, Corey?
Commence, I said he was going to get that P4 on penalties, not anymore. He'll have to get it on track instead, because he's picked up a penalty down into turn 1, trying to fight back on Mason Gammon. It's a shame for the Williams driver, but again, the battle for the top 3 still goes on. And this will be a very tasty final few laps. As you said, 4 tenths is the gap now between the race lead. Owen's still sticking with them. Half a second back to Liam. Can Liam make the move as they go down into turn 12 once again with DRS, with maybe a little bit of battery as well to help him? Excuse me, and the toe. Is he going to make the move going into turn 12? Is he going to be close enough? He's got the slipstream. And no, he's turned off his DRS, you can see. And he knows, I think he knows he's going to wait behind. Maybe to the final lap. What's happened?
Owen nearly went into the back of Liam. I think he got a bit caught off guard there, but he did very well not to hit the back. And if anything, Owen didn't even lose any time whatsoever. So he lives to fight on for another day. So the yellow flag in Sector 2. It's the other McLaren of legend. So one McLaren is doing well. One McLaren, well, isn't doing as well. But really is heating up at the front here between the win. You can throw a blanket over all 3 of them, Corey.
You definitely could. Liam's dropped back a little bit now. 7 tenths. He's losing a little bit of time to Vapiku. This is getting very tasty to go. As we go on lap 26 now. Oh, 28. Oh, he nearly loses it and catches it at the final corner. How on earth he didn't? We saw him lose it in qualifying there, and just about keeping it together in the race. Liam catches up with the DRS once again, but Owen will be thanking his lucky stars there that he's not ended up in the barriers. That was very, very close. Dear
me, lads, what are you doing to us? Goodness me. What a finale we are in for. There's only about 3-4 drivers on track who haven't got penalties, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to help them that much, because, I mean, if you're Bad Otter, you're 4 seconds behind 5th place Mason Gammon, and like these 3 at the front, there's also a battle going on for 4th place between Clements and Mason Gammon. Only 4 tenths separate them, but back at the front, all within a second of each other. If we go once again out of the hairpin, you've got 2.5 laps to go. An awful lot can happen here, especially between the 3 of them.
Here we go again then. Is Liam going to be close enough to see him using a little bit of his battery to attack and defend Legends for retired in the pit lane? He's had enough after a tough day at the office. Liam's closing up in the other McLaren though for the race lead. He's not going to go for it just yet, and we'll see if he goes for it on the penultimate lap of the race, or maybe in the final lap. Adam Lee, Bad Otter's closing up as well. Battle for P6. It looks like Adam Lee's got it. Mason Gammon commence for P4. It looks like the Haas driver is going to come out on top with that battle as well. Moley and Danny D going into turn 12 as well. We've got all the overtakes going down into turn 12. Moley gets that P8 position past the Red Bull now.
Oh, I swear we always get the good races. I love it.
We do. We love it.
There's a yellow flag. It's the Haas of John. He'll be glad when this race is over. No points for him on his debut, I believe. I've not certainly seen him race before. But no to that. And fast as that is... Where's Adrian? Oh, Adrian's
yeah, he's a lap down. Yeah. He's a lap down. I was like, Adrian, where? Oh, yeah, he's in this lead train, but unfortunately, he's a lap down, so he might be able to unlap himself if he's able to get through. Obviously, he's ghosting, but Liam, once again, close half a second, but obviously, it could all be won and lost in this SS section. Who gets it right? And dirty air through this section is, I can assure you, very, very horrible. Well, in an F2 car as well as an F1 car, as I found out yesterday. But back to this, Liam, 0.6 of a second is the gap as they head towards the hairpin of turn 11. Liam has been saving his battery as well as Owen as well, but Vapikut hasn't been able to save his battery, of course, in the lead. Needs it to defend the lead of this Grand Prix, heading on to this penultimate lap. 2 to go. Half a second is the gap as they go onto the back straight. Is Liam going to go for the lead this time round? He's closing. Is he going to close enough as they head towards turn 12? Is he going to go for the move? No, you can see he switched off his DRS again. He's going to be waiting to the final lap, as I said, to go for this move.
Oh, I'm shaking, and Adrian's got the best view in the house here. Adrian, just stay behind, don't get involved, don't put these drivers off, just sit back, relax, and watch it all unfold. You've got the best seat in the house here, bud. Lap and a bit to go. I can't call it who's going to win. It could even... I can't call it. It's going to be brilliant, but Vapikut, he's 7.5 tenths away. Liam's had a bit of a mistake, I think, going out of the exit from the tight left.
Indeed he has. 7 tenths is the gap now, 7.5 tenths, as we now start lap 28 and the finale, the final lap of this Division 2 race here at the Circuit of the Americas. It has been full with drama, fantastic racing, chaos and carnage, and a late, well I say late, crucial safety car which has changed this race. Has completely changed this race, and it is going to go down to the final lap between these three drivers, Vapikut, SLR Liam and Owen Howe 36 for this race win. Who is going to get it? What is this top three order going to be? Get it down in the chat. Well, we've got a little bit of time left in this race. Half a second is the gap now as they head into the second sector. Vapikut with 26% battery, Liam with 40, Owen with 50. He's got the best battery. And as they head towards turn 11 now, Liam using it to catch up, and Vapikut will be defending like crazy as they go down into turn 12. Is Liam going to be close enough though? He's got the best entry of the corner, but can he get the best exit? He's going to be rinsing that battery as they head down into turn 12. He has got the DRS, he's got the slipstream. Can he make the move for the lead? SLR Liam is going to go around the outside at turn 12 before they've even got to the corner. Liam takes the lead on the final lap, and he's into the lead of the race now. Phil McLaren, can he hold on to it though? For the final sector of the lap, the man who's had the most unluckiest of season, things not going his way, has taken the lead on the final lap of this Grand Prix. Owen holds on to P3, Liam is covering the inside, he's going defensive. He is just going to be defensive for the final part of this lap now. Through the triple right-hander they go. It's going to make him. It's going to need a mistake from Liam to change the victory, the victor of this race now as they head into the ultimate corner. It looks like it's going to be Liam. Liam is going to round the final corner for McLaren to take his first ever Summit League racing victory. He crosses the line to win, does Liam. Vapikut gets P2. Owen P3, but well done SLR Liam. What a victory. He takes it on the final lap. A fantastic victory for the McLaren driver. Commence P4, Gammon P5, Adam Lee will take P6. Balotto goes to P5 after penalties. Danny D will finish P8. Moley P7. Clarkson, is he going to pick up his first points? He crosses the line. He gets P9 in the end. Alan will cross the line, P11. Wow, what a fantastic end to the race that was, Matt. Unbelievable.
That was a masterclass from Liam.
Oh,
Absolute
no.
masterclass. He knew what he was doing. He was managing it. He was saving it. I was on board with him for the last 2 laps. If Owen was a bit closer, he could have made the move, but Liam played it to absolute perfection. You think he's won before, but that was his first ever win. That was his first ever podium since I've even been racing full time in SLR. What a day for SLR Liam. Absolutely unbelievable. And I know for a fact, knowing the guy, there was one person going in his mind right now. Oh my word, what a day. What a day for SLR Liam. SLR Liam, Summit League racer.
It's unbelievable to say, and you can say it over and over again, and I'm sure we will in the future. SLR Liam, race winner in Summit League Racing, takes his first ever race victory, and I've just realised I have made a bet with SLR Marsh before this race. He said get the deep heat out. I did say, well, I don't think you'll agree with it again after your deep heat thing, but I said you'd get deep heat in your eyes once again. I don't think you'll do that again, will you?
No, I think we'll just be partying very hard at Silverstone as we can celebrate the SLR Liam. It's the SLR race winner.
I made another deal with Marsh though. I said I'd be doing a shimmy if Liam won.
Oh wow! I can't wait to see that in Discord.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be going to the general. Leo!
Oh,
get your boxes ticked. Get your boxes ticked.
I don't know what to say.
I know you want to ask a question.
Give me 1 minute.
Corey.
Let me restart the game. Let me restart the game very quickly, and then we can get the questions underway.
That's fine.
Matt, of course, you can start with him.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll go
we'll go P3, P1, but I'd like to ask Liam a question as well. Because we'll just quickly go through the run-in. So there you are, ladies and gents. I mean, you might not be able to see it in Corey's screen, but on my screen you can. SLR Liam is a race winner. Under what amazing circumstances as well. Vapiku had to swallow a second, but I think he'll still take that considering what happened to his teammate down in 10th place and Owen Howell 36. Second podium of the season in 3rd place after coming back from 8th place and commenced in 4th. Best of the rest, starting 12th. Finish for him, Bad Otter in 5th. Making a couple of places without the pens. Mason Gammon losing out big time, falling to 6th with 6 seconds. And now it's gone on to the loading screen. I don't know what your situation is, Corey, but over to you, buddy, and I'll follow what you want to do, mate.
After that dramatic race between the top 3, between the final couple of laps, we're going to start off with Owen Howell. We'll finish his P3, taking another podium. I believe your last podium may have been your victory at Russia last season. Can you talk us through your race and how, did you say, the nerves on those final couple of laps were when you're in the top 3 battle for the race victory?
Are you in your kitchen or something?
I'm in a very empty bedroom. Yeah, I'm in a very empty bedroom.
Well, I mean, that was a bit of a corker race. I didn't think I was going to get on the podium because it looked like from the first stint, it looked like it was the top 3. They were flying, Liam, the 2 alphas. Then it was Adrian, and then I was a couple of seconds back from Adrian, so I thought, not a chance. And then that safety car came out, and that helped me out a bit. I didn't have a pen either, and then I saw both Liam and Vapid had pens. I was like, I need to sort this out, and I think it was I got past VR after I got it past him. I was like, yeah, okay, I can do this. I just need to keep it clean. And I didn't downshift, and I think I downshifted too many in the S's, and I just ran over the curb. So I was so annoyed because that was my last warning. But yeah, I mean, what a race that was. And well done to Liam on his first win. That is incredible. Long time coming.
Anything to add, Matt?
Owen, I mean, starting from 8th place, I think I mentioned in qualifying that you would have been disappointed with your qualifying because I think your Q3 time was 32.3, but you actually invalidated a 32.0. I think on the last corner or 2.
Yeah.
So for you to get a P3, despite all that unfolded in qualifying and race, that must be great confidence taken into the last 3 races of the Grand Prix. Because it hasn't been the greatest from your standards, should you say?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I went on a massive run the last few races other than last week. I mean, last week was a horrendous one as it was, considering I led the first 7 or 8 laps, whatever it was. So, yeah, it's good to finally get something with a decent result. I'm happy with the first time, probably all season, that I'm really happy with the result. So, yeah, I mean, there's a few shaky bits in there, but I've bashed it out with a few drivers now, so that should be all right. Yeah, just need to carry on going.
So then, big congratulations to Owen for picking up that P3. Vapiku in P2. Oh, wow. P2 in the championship, obviously getting major points over your teammate today to close the gap at the top of the championship after missing the previous 2 races. Can you talk us through it? Unfortunately, losing the lead on the final lap. I'm sure you'll still be happy with P2 to close the gap at the top.
Yeah, to say the least, I'm quite happy. But congrats to Liam and Owen. They both drove an absolutely brilliant race, and they've both deserved the results. It was a really close battle. Yeah, I don't know what was happening in the race. I was actually struggling quite a lot in the first sector with my front tyre was just overheating where I wasn't getting that in practice, so I was struggling a bit with that. But when it went to the medium stint, I just seemed to have the better pace a little bit over the guys. But when that safety car came out, I knew I was going to have to go in the softs, and I did have a feeling Liam was going to get past me because his pace on the softs was pretty stellar. So yeah, I'm happy with the points. I was definitely needing that major points for VR, given I did miss the last 2 weeks, and yeah, I'm definitely a lot more happy going into the final 3 races knowing I'm properly in the title final. So yeah, we'll move on.
Indeed, it's a very tight battle between you and your teammate for the championship, and we will see how that emerges on with the final couple of rounds. Anything to add, Matt, before we move on to the race winner?
No, not really. But despite all the pressure, I think it was just a fantastic job still by Vapid. When you're considering the situation with the championship, of course, his teammate finishing down in 10th, second place after what happened today still was not a bad feat at all. That's closed the championship gap completely. Actually, one question I've got to ask is, you two, were at one point battling for the lead, I think, at the start of the race, or you were in the top three. Was there any team management going on, or were you just thinking about your own title credentials and just doing all you can to get that W?
Well, like I said, I do support VR a lot. I do respect him as a driver, but I knew coming into this race, team orders just had to go out the window. I knew he had that cushion of a gap, and I had to close it one way or another. So if I have to, I will get my elbows out, and I did have to do it, unfortunately. But yeah, it was still a good battle with him at the end of the day, and I think he would understand that.
Yeah, nevertheless, fantastic result from yourself. Certainly spices up the championship for the last 3 races. Back to you, Corey.
So yeah, let's go over to the race winner then, Matt. You want to talk to him first? Go ahead.
SLR Liam, Summit League Racing, Formula 1 race winner. First of all, how does that sound?
I was trying not to swear. Amazing.
I've been in this league for over 2 years, and the race before I became full-time was your last podium, so it's been over 2 years, 4 seasons since you got a podium. But to get your first win, the way you've done it, you made it look like you win racing or race every week. Just how were you able to do that, despite the threat from behind from Owen? That was absolutely brilliant. It was a masterclass. Just tell us about your race-winning Grand Prix. Try and go more in depth if you can with your emotions and what this means to you for the rest of the season and beyond.
I mean, first of all, I just want to say this one's for Callum. Every year, I hope he's got a massive smile on his face. I wish I could see it. I wish I could see it in person, but unfortunately can't. But that's just all for him and his family and anyone to do with him. That's for everyone. Them last 7 laps were hard. The last sector was the hardest part. Just thought I'd cover off everything because VR got me in the first stint, but I kind of let him go in the end, diving me in them 2 left-handers in sector 3. So I just tried to cover that off from Vapid, but it was all a very honest race, and Vapid drove great into the end. But it went into management for the last 7 races with Clock helping me out from when he unfortunately DNF'd. He kept me cool and calm, better than Corey, may I add.
Baby.
Corey, you're sacked, mate. Clock's hired.
Yeah, I won't come back after seeing this. Oh.
Great to hear. Before I pass back to Corey, all I'll say is that just commentating on your first SLR win was an absolute honour, and I'm so glad I was able to do it.
I'll be watching it back. It's a shame it wasn't a bowl to win, which is about what I wanted it to be, but the win's nice.
Oh. So Liam, your 4-fingered self has somehow managed to pick up a victory in this league after God knows how long. And I echo Matt's words. It's been an honour to commentate on this, and how on earth you kept Owen behind at the end, I don't know. And commanding it at the end. Oh, I saw Owen send it on I think it was turn 12 on one of the final laps.
That was an accident. It just broke so early. I wasn't expecting it.
We thought that. But yeah, again, a big congratulations to yourself. And unfortunately for you, I've made a deal with Marsh. I'm going to have to do a shoey and whack it in the general later on.
Matt's got to do deep heat in his eyes again.
Why not? I didn't agree to that. Nah, we're just gonna get like you crowd surfing at Silverstone in a month's time.
No, I love
get
it.
that in the general. Anything else, Matt, before we do the outro?
I'm just I don't know who was more nervous going into that last sector, Liam or me, but nevertheless, it was just absolutely brilliant what I watched. Just to be there and witness someone have an absolute massive high. I can't remember the last time we saw an LO win as well. Jesus Christ. Excuse my French. Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I'm not going to forget this for a while. But even despite the Liam win, I think overall it was just a fantastic race today. Saw a lot of great wheel-to-wheel racing. We saw some different strategies, may I add. We even saw an early ready up. So, I guess this race had it all. Brilliant.
Indeed it did. It had absolutely everything. It's always, as you mentioned earlier, it's always the good races that we commentate on, which is great. So then, if you want more of that, what happened today in this race, make sure to join us for the remainder of races this weekend. We've got Division 3 at 6 p.m. tomorrow. We've got Division 4, 9 p.m. We've got a potential title decider this weekend for, well, I believe, for Midsey 15. B Midsey now, for McLaren in the McEwen division at 7 p.m. on Sunday. We've gone, I can't English, my words are gone. Monday, we've got the Division 1 race at 7 p.m. as well for the final race of the weekend. Make sure to join us for all of those at twitch.tv/SLRS. I might as well send it here, SLRF1. Big thank you from me, Matt, and the rest of the team tonight, and good night.